Oh, is it on? Okay. My name is Hugo Chu.
My name is Colin Dodge.
I'm Brian April.
My name is David Zafra.
I am Madison Zafra.
My name is Jimmy Calloway.
My name is Alyssa.
Hi, my name is Nick Crosby.
My name's Haley Nicole Rutledge.
Hi, my name is Bijan Mustafavi.
My name is Rosie.
I'm Rose Zambrano.
I'm Richie Estrada.
My name is Veronica Burgess, and I had the great fortune of meeting my dear Jimmy Wolpert when I first started doing stand-up comedy.
I don't remember when I actually met him. I just feel like I've always known him. Like, he's always been a friend, and he's been such a positive force.
I remember meeting him at the Comedy Palace open mic, the first open mic I ever did.
First time I saw Jimmy was at the Comedy Palace.
I met Jimmy through Shooter's open mic.
I met Jimmy doing comedy, of course.
I knew Jimmy through San Diego Comedy.
I met Jimmy first at the Tell 2 Club a while back.
I met Jimmy through doing the open mic at the Comedy Palace.
We used to host the open mic together when he started. He used to help me out at the Comedy Palace. I met Jimmy Wolpert. Actually, I first met him at Prince Hookah.
I met Jimmy in 2012 when we were both starting stand-up comedy.
I met him at the American Comedy Company.
I met Jimmy a few years ago when he would come into the palace.
I met Jimmy at this little comedy show called Days of Our Lives.
I met Jimmy Wolpert when I started doing comedy. Like with a lot of guys that had started ahead of me, I was very intimidated by Jimmy. He was very funny, and he had that trademark laugh.
He did the Mickey Mouse laugh.
That laugh.
He would always laugh.
That awesome laugh of his.
He would laugh.
His laugh.
The laugh.
When you would hear him laugh, you instantly felt a warmth because you knew that he was in the room.
And the first thing I heard was that laugh. And I was like, I miss this. I'm home. This is where I'm supposed to be. And Jimmy just always it felt like home, family. That's pretty much how I always felt with them.
Jimmy would laugh and clap and get the crowd going again.
I don't know if it was a good sign or a bad sign. It was usually when you were doing your worst that the cackle in the back of the room.
Just wearing white pants for anybody who can't see her, and I got a Jimmy Wolpert laugh, so that's a good thing.
It's gonna be really, really hard not to hear that laugh.
He was amazing, and he always will be amazing, and I am so honored to have known him.
I feel very grateful to have been on his journey.
Jimmy made you feel special all the time. You know, like...
This guy is the energy I needed in my life right now.
I was intimidated by a boy much younger and smaller than I.
Anyone else I would have been so mad at. But Jimmy was just like, you kid. You know, he's just your little brother. You just want to take him home and take care of him. Be like, you're okay, kid. You know? God damn it, Jimmy. Like, I also love you. So why? I can only be this mad at you, but...
I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that of all the hundreds and hundreds of comics we have in the San Diego community, he was the single comic that nobody did not like.
You could never be mad at this guy because he was just so lovable and such, this little mouse of a person.
He was just impossible to hate, and I think that's what's really significant about him in this scene in particular. You have your beefs, you have people who don't like each other all the time, you have people who just have so many wars on social media. No one ever said anything negative about Jimmy Wolpert because you couldn't and you wouldn't.
He was the kindest, nicest person. He was such a bright light.
He'd be there to support you even in your bad decisions.
Good. I don't know if you guys noticed when you came in the marquee, it says R.I.P. Jimmy Wolpert. It's a very good friend of ours and really family here at the Comedy Palace. A real sweetheart of a guy that everybody loved, especially the comics, and every time we would come here, we would look forward to seeing him. And as a little tribute to him, I would like to do some of Jimmy's jokes. Woo! So I might butcher them, so be generous, and imagine a much smaller, cuter, adorable man. My old boss was a bitch. She was always barking orders at me. I was a dog walker.
My old boss was a bitch.
She was always barking orders at me. I was a dog walker.
It's my new step ladder.
But I'm never gonna love it as much as my real ladder.
I recently bought a step ladder, but I'm never gonna love it as much as my real ladder.
I loved when he would do crowd work. It was one of my favorite things to watch was him doing crowd work just because it was hilarious.
Have you heard the one about the cowboy with eczema?
No.
He had an itchy trigger finger. I'll be here all night. Did you boo? Did you fucking boo me, bro? Oohs are good. We condone oohs here at the Comedy Palace. Very anti-boo. Richard forgot to mention that at the top of the show. No booing here. We're scared of ghosts. That's how we do it.
I went out on a date with a girl and she gave me a blow pop and I was like, I said blow job.
I was on a date with this girl recently, and at the end of the night, she gave me a lollipop. I was like, I said blow job.
My parents used to fight a lot, so whenever they fought, they would tell me to do earmuffs so I couldn't hear them fighting.
But I could still see them beating the shit out of each other.
When I was younger, my parents used to fight a lot, and they'd always tell me to cover my ears, do earmuffs. So I couldn't hear them fight, but I could still watch them beat the shit out of each other.
I went on a trip to Egypt.
I was online a few days ago and a pop-up ad came up. I thought I won the trip to Egypt, but it turned out to be a pyramid scheme. I guess I got Egypt. That's not Pharaoh.
I like wearing jackets. I like to wear hoodies a lot. Sometimes I'll wear the hood up like this because it's cool.
But I'm still wearing my jacket. I like to wear my jacket a lot. I like to even wear my hood sometimes. This, because it looks cool. It's not nice. I wore it a few weeks ago at a bar, and the bouncer told me I couldn't wear it inside because he said it made me look intimidating, which I didn't get. Because I feel like when you see me in a hood, your first thought's not outlaw, it's helpless runaway. Like, you don't see me and think, oh, that guy's gonna shank somebody. You see me and you're like, oh, that dude still looks cold. Let's get him another layer.
I did a set one time at a bar show. It was like an alt show, so everyone did a little bit weird. It wasn't like a traditional comedy show. I had 3 minutes, and so before I went up, I asked Jimmy, I said, Jimmy, will you hang from my side like a spider monkey while I tell my jokes and just sit here? I have a pocket full of gummy bears, I'll feed you gummy bears. Will you do that for me? And he jumped at the chance, said absolutely he would do that for me. So he did that. I did 3 minutes. My material was what it was whatever, but what made that 3 minutes amazing was Jimmy hanging on my side, acting like a wild animal, like he would swat the mic.
Like me on Facebook.
He would reach into my pocket and grab the treats.
You know what I mean?
See, and I would just have to calm him down and stop.
Your favorite future. Like any country music fans? Any country music fans?
And it was just the greatest time. Everyone who was there remembers that night. It was amazing, and I love him and I miss him. Thank you very much.
Rest in peace, Jimmy. Love you, buddy.
Jimmy was an amazing person, and that's pretty much, I'm going to miss him. I'm going to really miss him.
He's the best. He's the best.
Comedy around here in San Diego is not going to be the same without him. Miss you, Jimmy. Love you.
But Jimmy, I love you, man. I'm going to miss you. Please tell some jokes. Get back. Do what you got to do. I miss you, and I'm really going to miss having you around in my life. And thank you.
Jimmy, I love you. I miss you. I adore you. Till we see each other again. Cheers.
They broke the mold with Jimmy. So I'm so saddened, but I'm so happy I got the chance to know Jimmy, and I'll miss you.
The impact that we leave on the world, that's what counts. The legacy you leave, the memories that you leave behind, that's everything. And for a person like Jimmy to have been on this earth for the short time that he was, and to have affected so many people, that's beyond anything that you can ever learn, teach, or read about.
I had asked him, like, what do you want to accomplish, you know, like in your life? And he said, like, I don't know, but I want to be a good son, like, to my mom and dad, because they put up with me so much. And you know, as parents, you're watching this, I just want to tell you that that's the kind of person your son was. We loved him so much, with so much strength, and we didn't doubt it. He was so great of a person that even he couldn't see it, you know? Like, he didn't think he was still good enough, even though we all knew he was. And he was better than good enough. And Jimmy, you know, August, baby, you know?
Wolpert, I don't know what this life looks like without you. But I'm so thankful to know how beautiful life was with you. You gave me the best moments, the best memories of my life. 5 years wasn't enough, but it wasn't.
Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks for laughing with me. Thanks for picking on me. And thanks for letting me pick on you, because I finally found somebody slightly smaller than me. I'll see you on the other side, my brother.
Jimmy, if you're listening to this, I love you, and I know you're probably watching me right now from above and you're laughing at me because I'm making you a video behind my work building. But I love you, buddy, and I miss you. I'll see you again someday.
He was always part of us, and he always will be. So, you know, rest in peace, dude.
I'm really gonna miss you. I'm really gonna miss you. I already do.
Jimmy, I love you, man, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I don't know who I'm supposed to be without you, man, but I'm gonna do the best I can. Man, we all are, every single one of us.
And I mean, what was I gonna do? Fight him for the beanie? Like, it didn't matter at that point. He had won the beanie. I want that beanie back. I don't know if his parents are gonna see this, but
You see it?
they'll see it. But if you see it, I want that goddamn beanie back. It's black. It looks real cool. He was. I mean, that's all you need to know. Okay, so I feel like that's pretty good.
Why some choose to play it safe? Watch check the resume is risky business in the AA. And I've been witness to the
How did you get heckled? Probably more than most people. I mean, I got heckled the first time I ever got on stage. That was terrible. What happened? I got on stage, I touched the microphone, and some lady was just like, "Are you even 18?" And then I fumbled through my set. It was terrifying. It was the worst. Like, that's the worst thing that could happen to you. Like, the first time you do comedy, just get heckled immediately. You don't know what to do. It's terrible. It was the first time I ever performed at Till 2. I went up, I did my set, and there was this lady heckling throughout the entire show. And after it was done, I went to go get off stage, and Gordon, the host, was like, "Yeah, just stay up here." And then he brought this chick up on stage to do a joke off with me. So we were both gonna tell a joke and see who was funny or something. So I went up, I told my joke. I don't remember what joke I told. And then she went to tell her joke, and her teeth fell out. She had like dentures and they just fell out of her mouth. So I crumpled to the floor in laughter and slid against the wall. And there was an explosion of laughter from the crowd because a woman's teeth fell out of her mouth. I feel like it's funnier than what I just said. I feel like I'm not good at telling stories.
But when it happened, people died, though.
Dude, it was... I mean...
Gordon said that.
Gordon said it's the funniest thing that's ever happened at Tokyo. Don't quote me on that.
What is the problem with heckling?
Well, but see, I don't even have a huge problem with heckling, because I like kind of... I can do well with hecklers most of the time, because it's like... When you're on stage, or when I'm on stage, you're like, I'm telling my jokes, but when you're interacting with another person, that's more natural for me. So it's like, oh, I'm probably funnier than this random drunk stranger. I usually do okay. Some of my best sets have been involving hecklers, or just crowd work, I guess.
Let's wrap it up then. Final thoughts about hecklers. You saying do your thing.
No, okay. Don't heckle. It fucks up the show. You're not helping. You're a piece of shit.